Hey folks, I just thought I'd go ahead and share a positive listening experience that I'm just wrapping up. I really mostly have been working and puttering in the studio just a lot, not listening for pleasure very much at all these last few weeks, seriously. And so I'm just now after working all morning, I took a break and decided to just do a poll and to just go with it. Because a lot of times I'll look at things and then I'll think and then I won't listen. So what I ended up pulling is this album that I bought used a few years ago because of it's on the Black Saint label and because of the personnel, but the lead artist I knew nothing about, still don't. Marcello Mellis. Free to Dance, and you can see the stellar lineup of musicians there. Just some of the finest jazz musicians ever. This came out in 1978 and was recorded in 1978. And I thought I'd go ahead and share this the morning is gone. This is that it's like 1:47 in the afternoon, and usually by now I'll usually say to myself, I'm not going to make a video. And it's like, well, this is kind of cool, so let me just share this. So what I'd like to share is I put this on, and I didn't think about which side to play. I just put on whichever side was up, which ended up being side 2, which is the title track, a side-long piece called Free to Dance. And it starts with the human voice, a female voice. Now, I think this is, I want to share this because it's, it was good. It was a good wake-up call for me. When it started, and the first thing I hear is this voice kind of sing-song chanting, my first reaction is to move the needle or to turn it over. And I said to myself, okay, stop. That is doing exactly what I don't want to do with listening, which is to play to expectations as opposed to letting the event happen. So I put myself in check and just stopped and sat back, and boy, am I glad I did. The sidelong piece starts with the voice, and interestingly it is, and percussion, these shakers, and it's like an invocation. It is. It's like female voices. It is. It's like a musing to the self, but a summoning of energy. I mean, it really is, because at the point where, and it's not a real obvious rise in energy, but at a certain point after maybe about 5 or 6 minutes of this vocal and percussion thing going on, the music comes in just when it felt like, I just thought, it was like I couldn't feel it coming, but it seemed like it's time, and bam. And really, what a real cool piece. And as I go and look, and it turns out that the piece was written for dance. And then it just really makes even more sense beyond what I composed in my own imagination regarding the invocation and the rise of the music. Time for it to be introduced into the making of this this atmosphere, this place. The music doesn't take off into third gear until it completely disappears again, and the voice takes over for a second time. And it's really good because this is it's not music about entertainment at all. This music is, an existence. It's an expression of life. I'm just I'm thinking hard about what I'm trying to share, because I just listen to this and it's like really appreciated as much as I've been recording and listening deeply to what I'm doing and listening and just stepping back and listening for pleasure and for I'll use the word enrichment. It never ends. When they hit into third gear after the second time of the voice, when the music comes back in and it's stronger, it's like, it's really good. It's really cooking. And it does demand of the listener or whoever decides to play this to do their part, which is, if you're interested, which I am, if you're interested in what this expression is or what this record is about, then I let it do what it does, as opposed to me sitting here thinking I'm listening to it, thinking about what I wish it did. And that, I mean, I know that's a fairly, I think that's a common experience that we all have, that a lot of life experiences we're subconsciously and sometimes and often consciously playing to expectations or responding to patterns, because we're very pattern-based creatures. So I just wanted to share that it was like as a result of saying, wait, don't just assume that I'm not going to like this. I had a really enriching experience. Marcello Mellis, Free to Dance. I just want to share this. And Black Saint is a label that I learned a long time ago. It's an Italian jazz label. I don't know the genesis of the label, but every record I've heard on the label is merits having been released. That's the way I'll put it. Okay, I just wanted to share that.